Is it possible that an album from a group as massive as BTS is quietly being shaped by the same single hand? And if so, is the world ready to accept the reality that 4 key songs on ARIRANG are under the creative control of the magne long dubbed the Ace? That question exploded across timelines in early March when Jungkook's name once again shook the social media universe, not because of a spectacular stage performance or a solo streaming record, but because of whispers that sounded like an industry secret. He was directly involved in the creation of 4 songs on BTS's upcoming latest album, a project titled ARIRANG that had already made history even before its release. The news first spread widely after the fan account at JJK Hypefeed on the platform X uploaded exclusive photos of Jungkook appearing to browse through record shelves in a music store, complete with an euphoric caption stating that the all-rounder ace truly took part in 4 tracks on ARIRANG. The post, dated March 3, 2026, triggered an explosion of the hashtags #Jungkook and #BTS ARIRANG within hours, pushing them to global trending status. Behind the excitement, however, lay a bigger, more academic and strategic question. How deep is Jungkook's involvement in the creative process of this album, and are we witnessing a shift in the structure of artistic power within BTS? The official tracklist published via Instagram reveals 14 titles forming the landscape of ARIRANG, ranging from Body to Body to Into the Sun. Yet the sharp spotlight is directed at 4 tracks said to bear Jungkook's direct imprint: Hooligan, Aliens, FYA, and 2.0. These 4 titles, placed consecutively at the beginning of the album, are not merely random positions. In modern album curation theory, the first 4 tracks often serve as the sonic foundation of a project's identity. If Jungkook indeed holds significant contributions there, the implications go far beyond mere vocal participation. This touches the very core of ARIRANG's artistic direction. The album is scheduled for release on March 20, 2026 and is recorded as BTS's 6th Korean-language album and their 10th overall. This fact, traceable in public documentation such as Wikipedia, reinforces ARIRANG's position as a significant milestone in the group's discography. Yet the more staggering figure is the achievement of more than 3 million pre-saves on Spotify before release day, making it the first album by a group, a male artist, and an Asian artist to reach that number. This statistic is not merely a record, it reflects global expectations built even before a single official note has been heard by the public. This is where the dramatic dimension intensifies. Jungkook is no stranger to conversations about global dominance. His solo album Golden, released in 2023, dominated various international charts and cemented his reputation as a pop star with cross-market appeal. That success sparked discourse that Jungkook had evolved from simply a talented magne into a central figure in the global pop landscape. So when news of his contribution to 4 ARIRANG songs surfaced, many observers wondered whether this was merely an ordinary internal collaboration or part of a larger strategic move. The involvement of world-class producers adds further layers of intrigue. Names such as Mike Will Made It, El Guincho, Ryan Tedder, and Diplo are said to be involved in the project. The combination of producers with proven global track records and Jungkook's active participation creates almost cinematic speculation. Is ARIRANG designed as a bridge between a strong Korean identity and a more aggressive Western market penetration strategy? If Jungkook stands at the center of the 4 opening songs and works alongside these producers, we may be witnessing a new phase in BTS's evolution. Within fan communities like Reddit, discussions have unfolded with near-academic intensity. Users dissect possible production credits, lyrical structures, and potential line distributions within those songs. Internal collaborations with RM, Suga, and J-Hope are set to enrich the creative dynamics behind the scenes. Yet emotionally, public focus consistently returns to one name. Is this evidence that Jungkook has become the primary anchor of BTS's creative energy? Or is it simply a perception amplified by social media algorithms? The themes of exploration and high energy described for ARIRANG open wider interpretive space. Hooligan sounds like a declaration of rebellion, Aliens suggests alienation or global identity, FY radiates an explosion of intensity, while 2.0 implies transformation or renewal. If Jungkook is indeed significantly involved in constructing these songs, then the narrative that emerges is not merely about technical contribution, but about the emotional and conceptual direction of the album. What makes this situation even more captivating is the contrast between official silence and digital uproar. To date, there has been no lengthy agency statement beyond the track list and release date information. Yet in the public sphere, speculation continues to swell. In the modern attention economy, silence often resounds louder than clarification. Every small fragment of information becomes fuel for endless discussion. Is Jungkook truly, quietly dominating 4 songs on ARIRANG? Or are we simply witnessing the natural result of an artist's evolution, one who has long demonstrated strong creative tendencies? The answer may not be as simple as the circulating clickbait narratives suggest. But one thing is clear: the combination of record-breaking pre-saves, international producer collaborations, and Jungkook's participation in the first 4 tracks creates a momentum rarely seen even by BTS's high standards. With only days left until release, the world now stands waiting, almost holding its breath. If ARIRANG truly solidifies Jungkook's role as the primary creative engine, then March 20, 2026 may be remembered not merely as a comeback date, but as a turning point in BTS history. And if all of this turns out to be nothing more than an overextended interpretation from an overly enthusiastic community, then at least one thing has been proven: the power of Jungkook's name to move global conversation remains undeniable. The speculation that followed began moving in a deeper and more strategic direction. Many industry observers started identifying patterns that had previously escaped public attention. In recent years, Jungkook has indeed shown a growing tendency to become more actively involved in the creative process, not only as the main vocalist but also as a figure who understands production construction, arrangement dynamics, and the emotional nuances embedded in song delivery. When his name became associated with the first 4 tracks on ARIRANG, an unavoidable academic question emerged. Is this the natural outcome of artistic growth, or a calculated step to position him as the axis of BTS's new generation? The global music industry itself is currently in a phase of massive transformation. Streaming dominance has reshaped how albums are curated. The first 4 songs are often designed as a front-loaded impact zone, an area that must immediately capture listener attention within the first 30 seconds. If Jungkook truly holds significant contributions in Hooligan, Aliens, FYA, and 2.0, that would mean he is directly involved in determining ARIRANG's first impression on the world. In this context, his role is no longer merely participatory, but strategic. Collaboration with international producers further strengthens this global dimension. Names like Ryan Tedder and Diplo are not just symbols of credibility, but also bridges to Western pop distribution networks and aesthetics. If Jungkook shares the same creative space with them, the exchange of ideas has the potential to produce a bolder sonic fusion. This is no longer simply K-pop adapting itself to the global market, but a two-way dialogue between East and West. On the other hand, the success of his solo album Golden still lingers strongly in public memory. Golden was not only commercially successful, but also demonstrated Jungkook's ability to stand independently with a clearly defined identity. So when he returns to a group project with an expanded creative role, some fans see it as a synthesis between his solo experience and the collective strength of BTS. The emotions rising within the ARMY community are not limited to excitement, but also a tension-filled curiosity. What will ARIRANG sound like when touched by Jungkook's solo sensibility? Interestingly, this discourse is not entirely free from controversy. There are concerns that placing too much spotlight on one member could spark narratives of dominance. However, BTS's history shows that internal collaboration has always been their greatest strength. RM with his conceptual vision, Suga with his production depth, and J-Hope with his performative energy all form a complementary creative ecosystem. Within that framework, Jungkook's involvement in 4 songs is not a threat, but an expansion of the spectrum.